At the Kent School of Architecture, we offer 4 master's courses aimed at professional people who are beginning to make their way in the world. The 4 programs that we offer are the MA in Architecture and Urban Design. That's a program which includes an urban design element in it, but it's also focused around the history of cities. We also have an MSc in Architectural Conservation, and we work closely with Canterbury Cathedral there with the use of their workshops in order to ensure that that's a full experience, and it's one that's recognised by the Professional Institute. We have a Master of Arts in Architectural Visualisation, and finally an MSc in Architecture and Sustainable Environment. In addition to these programs, we also run the MArch program, which is years 4 and 5 of the training for those who want to go into the architectural profession.
It is really a program that teaches people about contemporary cities today and about the conditions we are facing in terms of their architecture and urban development. We teach it from the point of view of architectural history, architectural theory, urban design history, urban design theory. Jerry Adler and myself take students to Paris and introduce them to the aspects of architectural theory, which is what my module on philosophies of urban design addresses.
And there's the module I run about architecture of the architectural city in the 19th and 20th centuries, which is based on case studies of key cities. Paris is an absolutely ideal location. It's really a tale of 2 cities, I suppose. We are so close to France, and yet our experience of urbanism and towns and cities is so very, very different.
For architecture, it's very great to be here. Paris is very famous for its architecture and urban design and history too.
You can use the theory, you can look at pictures of the cities, but it's not the same.
It's the biggest lesson that I can have, because experience is the basis of an architect's life.
Conservation is very important because it lies at the center of the present cultural and economic agendas. Our course is accredited by the Institute of Historic Building Conservation. It combines the study of the theory and philosophy of conservation with the technical aspect of repair and reconstruction of historic buildings. Canterbury is in many ways an ideal place to study conservation. It has a unique architectural heritage, extremely varied. We collaborate with a major World Heritage Site, in fact, Canterbury Cathedral.
Διάλεξα το Canterbury διότι είναι μια πόλη πολύ πλούσια, έχει πολύ πλούσια αρχιτεκτονική, ειδικά αντικατοπτρίζει όλες τις αρχιτεκτονικές φάσεις.
We have very good professionals to teach us the philosophy and the legislative framework behind conservation. They give you the knowledge and the experience to know not only the materials, the techniques, and why they were used, why are used.
The MA in Architectural Visualisation is a course which is very much specifically looking at that sort of area of work. It's very much about communicating form and space from, without actually having an influence on that design, but communicating that to a client, so making it as easily accessible to someone who may not be conversant in architectural convention. One of the prime aims of the course was to keep it multidisciplinary, so the students could go and work in architectural visualisation, but it's not the only thing they can go and do. And that's proved very successful. Innovation is what we're all about. It's very much about looking at the latest trends, keeping up with the latest technologies, and perhaps even informing the way that the architectural visualisation is done in industry.
Other than modelling, my favourite part was compositing also. I mean, green screens and stuff, it's pretty cool.
We got to do a little bit of everything, compositing shots to like 3D modelling to picking characters to be in our like final film and all of that.
It's really very easy to get connected with professors here.
Staff at almost any time, they're always there and always available and always ready to help us.
Climate change is one of the biggest threats facing humanity, and that's not something that's going to go away. MACE, the program in the Masters in Architecture and Sustainable Environment, aims to equip students with the knowledge and skills to develop sustainable buildings. This is done through a combination of taught courses, research assignments, and design projects addressing different aspects of sustainable environment and the challenges facing modern cities, effectively bridging the gap between academic research, architectural practice, and industry.
I wanted to pursue my career in sustainable architecture, and I know that Kent actually invested a lot in this subject. I knew Marialena before I was enrolled into this course. I knew that she was one of the best in her field.
It's kind of a new approach to architecture, not what I'm used to, like considering the environment into my design, the strategies I can use, and then a way of reducing energy consumption.
We are open to PhD by design, PhD by practice, PhD on all levels of interdisciplinary studies. I would say that we are radical in our thinking, we are open-minded, we are really endorsing all sorts of experimentation.
Everyone's been very supportive, very accommodating, very understanding, and wanting me to succeed, helping me do what I need to do for the end of my degree.
In the last Research Excellence Framework, this school scored extremely highly. We were equal with Cambridge for our research intensity, so we're very proud of our record, and we are developing the future of the school along the strengths of everyone who contributes to it.
The Masters that I'm teaching on is staffed by research academics, including myself, who are members of the Centre for Research in European Architecture. It's one of our 2 research centres.
The main agenda for CREATE is humanism, whilst we are emphasizing the importance of new communication technologies. It is really the humanism in architecture and care for communities, environment, and every individual what we want to promote.
CASE is the Research Centre for Architecture and Sustainable Environment, and it really promotes research in the area of sustainable design and sustainable architecture. CASE has extensive equipment for monitoring the environmental performance of buildings, as well as modelling, so the students can use the equipment that is necessary or they find appropriate for their own needs.
I think it's essential that we have a diversity of student population because the subject is diverse.
In such a historic town, it's mostly students, and you see the multicultural part of Canterbury.
And also you could meet a lot of friends here who came from different countries as well, which is quite exciting and stimulating.
It means that everybody has their own part to play and everyone has a voice that can be heard. And we're very proud of the fact that in everything that we do, we involve our postgraduate students as much as we can, so as all can hear each other's voices and add to the character and the identity of our school.